Hello, everyone. Well, today I'm recording this is the 1st of June. So apparently, and I'm looking at some stat here, we now have 41.63% of the year behind us. How exciting am I? But scary. Anyway, what I wanted to do is give you all an update as to what's happening in the mortgage world and property world and all that good stuff, so that we can start planning for the rest of the year. Um, I suppose some good news, well, fingers crossed. Thursday, the European Central Bank are meeting, and it is widely predicted that the interest rates will come down for the first time in well, they started raising them back in September of 2022, and didn't stop until September 23. So it's a long time in coming. Probably by initially only a quarter of a percent, but hopefully that's the start of a number of rate reductions to follow. The key issue then will be how quickly are the banks here going to follow suit and pass on the reductions. Obviously, when rates were going up, the banks didn't increase them at the same rate as the European Central Bank were increasing them. So how quickly will they follow suit? From TSB seem to have gone in ahead of the predicted increase, or decrease even, and have reduced rates already. But it's hard to see or hard to predict exactly what's going to happen. What's the impact of this going to have? Well, it's going to have a couple of things. In a bad way, it may actually fuel demand again on the property prices. So that's something to consider, because when rates start going down, banks will lend more money, and if there's more money being lent, it obviously will increase the demand. And if the supply isn't going up accordingly, that can lead to pent up demand again. But that will be a slower, won't happen that quickly because prices are already very high. That would be my best guess on that. For people who are actually on rates at the moment, who may have paid a fixed rate and will be coming off them, well, it's going to be of value to them. Um, I always say to people, and this is talking myself out of business, but always look at your own bank first, see what they're doing, and then be sure before you move to a different bank that it makes sense. Like you may have penalties to get out if you're still on a fixed rate, or you might have legal fees. So always look at your own bank first, and then explore the market if it makes sense. So that's what's coming. That announcement is they're meeting on Thursday, so hopefully that will come to pass. So what else do I want to bring to your attention? Well, obviously one of the banks that I mentioned did reduce their interest rates. I'm sure others will follow in the next coming weeks and months if we're about to now enter into a falling interest rate environment. Now, so what I want to do is kind of also then, there is a new bank coming to the market as well called NUA. They got their license there during the week. Now, I'm not sure when they're actually going to launch, but it will probably be in the near future. They're probably going to be a niche player for the moment, but the more competition in the market that there is, the better for all of us when we're trying to get our homes. So that is good news. The other thing I wanted to say now, the mistakes I'm seeing happening. I would often say to people, they ask me, do I need a separate savings account? And in reality, you don't, okay? But what tends to happen is, um, if you don't have one, people seem to be making the mistake of thinking they're saving when they're not. So basically, the value of actually setting up a separate saving account is it makes it clearer and easier for you to understand if you're saving money on a monthly basis, even if it's just a sub account. Whereby each month it's going up by whatever 500, 600, or whatever the figure you need to save per month. The other thing that needs to be very clear is that rent going out is not going to a family member. I've seen this a few times, and it goes against you. And the other big mistake that I'm seeing from people at the moment, and I'm a big user of it myself, is Revolut and their vaults. Um, I would, for the purpose of trying to get yourself ready for a mortgage, I would be strongly advised not using the vault system. It just makes things very, very difficult for the banks to follow. And I've had people turn down because they can't prove that they're actually saving on a monthly basis. So, as handy as they are to demonstrate real monthly savings, it does make sense to have a separate account whereby they can see each month you're saving 500 and the balance is going up by that amount every single month. So hopefully that's a bit of help. So quick summary, rates due to come down. Your people starting to plan for next year. The things you should be thinking of is basically not using Revolut, making sure you can clearly identify your monthly savings and clearly identify your rent. Obviously, I'm here to help with any questions you may have and look forward to talking to you again.